My Lords, as I said at second reading, this is a good bill for victims. It contains many provisions that I strongly support. I hope and I believe that we can make it an even better bill, and that we can do so by working together across all parts of the House, as I think is the mood tonight as it was then. I put my name to Amendment 10 in the name of the Noble Lord Ponsonby. I do also support other amendments in this group, including those to which my Right Reverend friend, the Lord Bishop of Bristol, who's unable to be in her place today, has signed. Amendments in this group seek to clarify how this bill properly addresses the needs of children. Amendment 10 places on the face of the bill a short but clear definition of child criminal exploitation. This would include any child under 18 who is, and I quote, encouraged, expected or required to take part in any activity that constitutes a criminal offence. This is not widening the definition of a victim, it's merely giving it clarity. My Lords, I learned in my teens that if I was on the receiving end of some wrongdoing, I was a child. By contrast, if I was deemed the perpetrator, I suddenly became a youth. We've also heard, too often, I think, in your Lordship's House, of the adultification of children. It's a very ugly word for a very ugly phenomenon, where a child is treated as a grown-up when they're caught up in wrongdoing. Moreover, we know that in the absence of a strong countervailing pressure, this is disproportionately applied to black children. It's been a long-standing concern of many civil society organisations focused on countering the exploitation of children. I hope we can begin to respond to it today. Well, Lords, in my own diocese of Manchester, we are still reeling from the discovery of the extent of grooming gangs exploiting children for sexual crimes, most notably, but I doubt exclusively, in Rochdale. If the children caught up in these crimes had been seen by the authorities as primarily victims and treated as such, I do believe that the gangs would have been brought to justice far sooner. So, my Lords, getting a clear definition of child criminal exploitation on the face of this bill will, I hope and pray, not only improve this particular legislation, but set a precedent for how we treat child victims better, both in future legislation and in the practice of the criminal justice system at every stage. So I do hope the Noble Lord the Minister will either accept our words as on the marshalled list or be able to come back to us at report stage with a suitable government amendment to that effect.